My name's Dave Johns. I played Daniel Blake in the Ken Loach film Daniel Blake. I'm nominated for Best European Actor, apparently. There you go. Daniel's a late 50s guy from the northeast of England who's worked all his life as a carpenter. He has a massive heart attack. He can't work, so he, like most people in Great Britain, you go to Social Security to try and get sickness benefit until you're able to go back to work. Unfortunately, he finds that the system isn't really set up to help. It's mainly set up to for red tape, for you to tick boxes, and he gets himself caught in this minefield of bureaucracy. While he's doing that, he meets a single mum with 2 kids who's been moved out of London. She's been living in a hostel. The only social housing they can offer her is 300 miles away in the northeast. She doesn't know anybody up there. And it's basically they have this friendship where Dan helps the family and they help each other while trying to get through this minefield of red tape and bureaucracy. I heard from I did a play. There's been a tradition a few years ago that comedians did serious plays up at the Edinburgh Festival. And first one we did was Reginald Rose's 12 Angry Men, which was a huge hit with loads of comedians in it. So every year we were looking for plays to do, and we did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and The Odd Couple. And the producer of that heard that Ken was looking for a guy my age, and he just went, "I've just got the brief through," and he goes, "They might as well ask for your phone number." So I went along and I got in touch with the casting, and I did 3 casting sessions with different actresses. Hayley was the first actress I did the first scene with, and it was for her as well. And we went away and we did it with other people and then came back right at the end. And after the 3rd one, we did a half-day session with me, Hayley, and 2 other girls that I hadn't worked with. And then at the end of that, Ken offered me the part, which knocked me out because I was thinking, wow, I'll just do a bit of improv with Ken Loach and I'll meet him and that'll be cool enough for me. So I didn't even think I was going to get the part, really. I'm a stand-up comic, you know. I've worked on the comedy circuit and it's just been like I've been plucked out and put in here, and it seems to have worked, basically. Well, you know, the first day, I mean, Ken doesn't give you, the way Ken works is he doesn't give you the full script. So basically, you get the script and it's not like you get a script where you can go to the other actor, "Oh, on page 27, this is our big scene," you know, and discuss it. Ken doesn't want it, he wants it immediate, you know. So basically what happens is you get a couple of pages of script the night before. I mean, when I first went on the set, all I knew I was Daniel Blake. I had a heart attack, and I didn't know anything. So, and he shoots chronologically, so you live the part. So so the story's been revealed to you as you play it, if you like. And you know, Ken, you'd come on set and he would say, "Right, we'll do 1 take. This take is just to get any preconceived ideas in your head about how you're going to play it," because what he wants is the true emotion, you know. That's why he doesn't have any closed sets. We did a shoot, Hayley does a shoplifting scene, and it's just an ordinary shop that's open. And apparently said to Hayley, "After this guy does pays for his gas bill, we'll do another take." You know what I mean? So, and he never tells you what lens he's got on the camera, and it's very the set. There's not lots of you know, crew on the set. It's just the camera crew and the sound and you who are doing the scenes. So the camera's in the corner. He doesn't tell you what lens he's got on. So basically what tends to happen is after a few days, weeks of working like this, sometimes in a scene I would forget I was making a film. I would just be in the moment with Hayley, and I think that is probably what comes across, because we have a little chemistry together. And she's great, Hayley Squire, as you know. She was on the money every single scene. So you had that sort of truth to play to, you know. So yeah, I mean, Ken just said to me, listen, play it truthful, and it will look right on screen. Because there's no music in the film, so there's nowhere to hide, really. So I just went, okay, that's what I'll do. And it seems to have worked. Maybe I've found a skill I didn't know I had, you know. Yeah, I'd love to do more film, you know. I'm very much somebody who you know, I enjoy stand-up comedy. It's been my life for 27 years. There's nothing better than standing on a stage and there's, you know, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 people in, even 60 people in a small little comedy club, going on stage and making a bunch of strangers laugh and connecting with them. And the mad stuff that you thought up in your head, you vocalize it and it makes people, it hits a chord with people and they laugh. I mean, that's a huge buzz. Film is a different buzz. Stand-up comedy is more immediate. You get the reaction immediate. Film, it's like, it's this thing that's happening and then it's taken away and then you don't know what the reaction's going to be. So that was quite interesting, that sort of doing something and feeling as though I had, in stand-up, I've got control. I'm on stage, I know when I'm, you know, and so I know when it's not going well because of the reaction of the crowd, and I know when it is going well. With film, you trust the director and you trust the people around you. And I used to come home at night and go, you know, I don't know how I'm doing. And people say, look, if you weren't doing it, you'd still be filming now, you know what I mean? So, you know, and then Ken goes away and then they do their thing and then it comes back and then it goes to Cannes and I've never been to Cannes before and I'll wander into Cannes and it just suddenly goes boom. And, you know, the reviewers are crying in this press screenings and the standing ovation. And I'm thinking, oh, well, does this not always happen? And they went, no. Oh, no, this doesn't always happen with films. But I was sort of, so, and then the momentum of that has just gone on and on and on and on. And, you know, it's gone on from when the film was released and how people reacted to it, the film festivals I went to, the amount of people that I met who, you know, who I've never been around a lot of film people, so the passion that people have for film is like I was talking to people in San Sebastian and Locarno and you know, and over in Slovakia, you know, all over the festivals, and it's one thing, the passion they have for film in a way, you know, they're a lot more interesting than comedians to talk to, really. But you know, but you know, even back home, the comedians back home on the circuit have been so supportive of me on this because they've gone on a journey with me. They think it's really cool. They give days winning awards. It's crazy, you know. So yeah, I mean, you know, there are a few offers that I've had, and you know, and we're thinking about stuff, but you know, it's good doing interesting stuff and meeting interesting people. I mean, you know, E1, who are the distributors of the film in the UK, I mean, I was just asking them loads of questions, and they're going, nobody ever asks us questions like that about how do you get a film into cinema. You're the only actor who's ever asked us. So what do you actually do, and how do you get a film into cinema? You know, and that sort of, that is really interesting. Well, about, you know, once the film's made, it's about getting it to the public then. And then, you know, all the films that don't get an audience and you know, and sort of trying to keep it in cinemas and all that. I mean, that's all fascinating. So yeah, I've had a ball, you know. I mean, it's been. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a coma in a hospital, and I just hear voices, and they're going, come back, Dave. And I'm going, no, I don't want to. You know, it's crazy. It is. It's been great. It's been great.